You know, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you now, starting a video as time goes on just gets harder and harder because the stories, they just get more and more insane. As you can see with today's video, we have to talk about some breaking news going around right now. In fact, the post we're going to be talking about is one of the most viral posts right now, and given what was said within the post, it's not hard to see why. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this because it is absolutely massive, but Candace Owens yesterday, as of making this video, put out an insane post on X claiming that the Macrons, who she's in a very intense feud with because of the Brigitte Macron situation, have now gone ahead and get this. If you haven't heard about it, by the way, it is going to blow your mind, but apparently now, according to Candace Owens, they have paid for her assassination. What in the world is going on? Now, regardless of how people feel towards Candace Owens because of the Charlie Kirk stuff, I'm sure a lot of people watching right now have their feelings towards her, but I think we can all agree this is a very serious claim, and I don't think it should be taken lightly or discredited just because it's Candace Owens. That might annoy some people, but that's just how I feel, man. We all know the world is crazier than we think, and also in this same post, she makes other claims which are just insane as well, and we're just going to get straight into it. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, share this video, and let's get into it. So this is the post Candace Owens put out on X that, as you can see, is almost on 30 million views. It has 85,000 retweets and almost 200k likes. That's how viral this is going. But she goes on to say, urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. What? She says, yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told that there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims, and this is insane, that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Another serious claim there, and you know what, at this point, I have no idea what is going on with the Charlie Kirk stuff. I don't think many people do. I feel like everybody is being pulled in different places every single day. One day is one thing, the next day is another thing. I think a lot of people are making claims and just hoping it sticks. What I will say is I do not believe Tyler Robinson acted alone. So many things just don't make sense now, and I do find it strange, and let me know if you guys feel the same way, that as soon as you question this whole scenario, the situation, there are genuinely people out there who tell you to stop. No, don't question it, just accept the narrative. Even me just bringing up that point will annoy somebody. Apparently we just have to accept what we're given. It's very odd to me. But this claim that this person is making within the French government, that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement, is crazy. But she carries on and says, journalist Xavier Poussard's life is also at risk. I hope I got that right. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source also claims our leaders are aware. Wow. But I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life, may God bless you, truly. Let all be revealed. Yeah, I did not expect to wake up and see this post. I don't think anybody did. This year just gets crazier and crazier. And there is another post I do want to read out, and it's somebody responding to Candace Owens, and I think this is a great level-headed response. And they go on to say, as you can see, in light of these extraordinary allegations, one thing is clear. If even a fraction of this is true, the implications are not only geopolitical, they are moral, legal, and human. Yeah, if even a fraction of what she said is true, it is still insane, and it should be taken seriously. Like, where do you go from here if even a tiny bit of it is true? Like, what is the response to it? The claim that a sitting head of state has authorized the extrajudicial assassination of a US citizen on foreign or domestic soil is not just a diplomatic crisis, it is a direct assault on the rule of law, national sovereignty, and the foundational principles of democratic governance. Regardless of one's political alignment or opinion of Candace Owens, no citizen, no journalist, no commentator, no dissident should ever face state-sanctioned violence for speech. The right to dissent is not a partisan privilege, it is a constitutional guarantee. If Candace Owens and her family are in danger, they deserve immediate protection, transparency, and due process. This is not a moment for silence, nor for partisan calculation. It is a moment for moral clarity and institutional courage. We urge those in positions of authority in Congress, in the intelligence community, and in the executive branch to take these claims seriously, to investigate them thoroughly, and to ensure that no American citizen is left unprotected in the face of foreign or domestic threats. To Candace Owens' family, may you be shielded by truth, law, and the vigilance of those who still believe in the sanctity of life and liberty. And to those who know more, now is the time to speak up. Silence is complicity. Let all be revealed, but let it be done with evidence. I agree with that. Accountability and the full weight of justice. We need to get evidence for this, and if any of it is true, can you believe that? If any of it is true, that is insane. Now, obviously, we're going to have to wait and see what happens if anything does come from this, but this post has gone so viral, I think people in high positions are going to have to respond to this. Like, it's almost getting close to 30 million views. Think about how many people have seen it. Think about the amount of people that have retweeted it, liked the post. I don't think this can be ignored. And when you talk about the Brigitte Macron situation, the Candace Owens situation, I am always reminded of when Candace Owens claimed that Trump called her and told her to stop talking about it. As you can see, this post goes on to say, Candace Owens, Trump called and asked me to stop talking about Brigitte Macron. Let's see what she had to say.
And I get another message that's like, hey, keep your phone on. And anyways, this phone call is coming from Florida. I pick up the phone and lo and behold, so here's what happened. I'm negotiating this thing. I'm negotiating Ukraine and Russia, and you wouldn't believe how many parts are part. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me, and in true President Trump fashion, he jumps right into the narrative. We're not, hey, how you doing? He just jumps right into the narrative of exactly how this went down. I am literally, it is hard to catch my breath to comprehend that 4 days ago, I'm ending a series about Brigitte Macron, and now I'm speaking to the President of the United States, and the topic of conversation, no matter which way you want to slice it, is about Macron's wife's penis. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? Anyways, I like Macron. We're speaking at the White House, and I'm walking him to his car, and, he says to me, Mr. President, can I speak to you for a second? I say, of course you can speak to me about anything. What's going on? And Macron wants to have a little sidebar. And then Macron says to him, Mr. President, do you know Candace Owens? And I say, yes, of course I know Candace Owens. What's going on? And then he continues his narrative and he tells me that Emmanuel Macron is requesting to his face that I stop speaking about his wife. And one of the things Trump said is he tells me, she's old and this is really, really impacting her. And then he said, I saw her, Candace, I saw her up close and she looks like a woman to me. I had dinner with her at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And I explained to him that she has had this amazing doctor who specializes in transgenderism surgeries or feminization procedures. I'm talking to the President of the United States about this, guys. This is crazy. This is wacky. And I said to Trump, and I will be honest, that at that moment I realized that one day this is going to go into my autobiography. And so I got to say something funny. And I said to him, respectfully, Mr. President, it's not my fault that he married someone with a penis. He then tells me, we're really close to getting this thing done. And he throws in the art of the deal type stuff. He starts complimenting me. He said, Melania loves you. She says, you're so beautiful. She thinks you're so beautiful. I said, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Compliments will get you everywhere in life is my mentality here. And then I say to him, what I've agreed to already in the back of my head. I say, look, I'm happy to do this for the short. Obviously, I don't want to have on my conscience that less Christian men could have died in the East if I just shut up about something. But I'm very clear to him that this is going to be short term. and that
Well, that wasn't meant to pause there. I've got great internet.
and that I fully expect that in a few months I will be able to speak about this. He was about to commit to that, but then it felt to me like someone in the background was like, no, we need this conversation to stop altogether. And then he doesn't say no or yes, but he just says, that he really needs to work with Macron long term, and they have this long working relationship. And I was very clear, this is not long term for me. Like, if you're close to this deal, ink it, let's get it done. And then he sort of offers at the end, he says, hey, maybe I can come on your podcast one day. I'm great for ratings. They're so Trumpian to give yourself a compliment. So I give him the Trump right back. And I say respectfully, Mr. President, I'm apparently good for ratings too, because you've got a leader of a country, the president of the country, asking you to ask me to do a favor.
I have no clue what is going on this planet any longer. I kind of feel like I need to get off this planet and head to a different one, because I can't deal with all this craziness. I just want a nice, peaceful day. A nice, peaceful day. That's all I ask for. But I want to hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I know, again, a lot of you guys probably watching right now don't like Candace Owens because of all the stuff that is going on. I'm not her biggest fan whatsoever, trust me. I don't agree with some stuff she says, but even for me, I see this claim that she is making, and I'm not going to discredit it and put it to the side, just because it's Candace Owens, because it is a serious claim, and the things she is saying within that post are massive. Not only the part about the Macrons paying for her assassination, allegedly, but also the Charlie Kirk part. All of this is serious and, again, insane. So a lot is going on here, and I think a lot of it needs to be addressed. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, about what Candace Owens is now claiming. Do you believe it? Do you believe any of it? Again, if even a fraction of it is true, that is serious. But I want to hear your thoughts down below. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video, but until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.